we're down here with Doug Dubach in seconds after a double. Yeah, all right, baby, a double hole shot, double victory.
Got up feeling pretty well. I wanted to go out there and smoke them, and that's what I did.
He looks like he broke a rad hose and lost all the coolant on top end season, so they're running back to the pits, get it ready for next moto. He went down, looks like the lever got pinched between his finger and the grip, so he doesn't know if it's broken, but they're going to check it out right now.
The Canadian National Motocross Championship is brought to you by Orthoflex Custom Bracing, bracing you into the millennium.
The guys who ride in the factory teams are a lot harder to beat because, I don't know, they get treated better, I think. I don't know, I like being a privateer though. My dad helps me out a lot.
All right, Ross, riders on the line, first 125. For all you race fans, you can hit www.cmrc.com for up to the minute report. Here we go. Gate is down, coming into that big, huge right-hand turn, Ross. This is the fast corner.
It's the fastest corner on the circuit. It's a fast, sweeping, right-handed turn, really fast through there. And then it switches back up in the left switchback. We see Ricard, number 20 on that Honda, out front.
What a great hole shot for Rickard. He's out in front, loving that stuff. Right behind him, oh, there, familiar sight, the number 3 bike of Darcy Lange. I think I saw Hagseth and Hamlin also in the mix.
I think you're right, Mark. Actually, Rickard here pulling away out front, looking really good here. He's got Lange and Hagseth right on his tail. Rickard looks real loose out front there, airing it out over the jumps, and that's real important for him right now, is just to relax and pretend this is just another local race, and he's just going to pull hard and try and pull away.
Well, there you go. Hagseth made a pass on Darcy Lange. He's in second spot. Rickard out in front. This is the first time that Lance Rickard has been out in front in a race, and he gets the hole shot. Boy, he's going to have to hang on. Look at that. Hagseth on the inside, but no, Rickard's able to maintain his presence.
You see Hagseth pushing Rickard there. Rickard got on the gas a little hard on that off camera there and got a little sideways, but he recovered like a true champion would.
Look at that, Ross. Darcy Lange is not giving up on Hagseth. I thought I saw Hamlin back there. But let's see Hagseth come in. Oh, he goes wide, Ross. He squares off the turn. I don't think he got a great corner on there, though.
For you young riders, you see how Hagseth, he's looking for a way around Rickard, and he's taking different lines. Look it up this sandy uphill. He's in the center of the track. He isn't following, though.
Let's go for a report from Trackside Dan.
We're here with Tom Chandler. Tom, your rider Brad Hagseth got an amazing start. How do you think he'll fare this moto?
Well, I think he's going to do good. We've been waiting to have a rough track. This last couple of rounds were pretty fast. Brad's a really smart rider. He knows how to pick the lines. We did a lot of practice starts this weekend, so I think this is going to be a real good chance for us.
Ross, how about that Brad Hagseth? He took Lance Rickard on that inside line on that tight right-hander. Great line for him.
Well, Hagseth has been looking for the last half of the race here. He's been looking for a way around Rickard. He's finally got his way around, but Rickard, what's real important, he's got to stick with these guys. I see Hamlin also has gotten by Rickard here, moved himself into second, and that's got to be tough on Rickard's confidence.
Well, we'll see what happens to Lance Rickard, currently in third. We'll see if Lange can put the press on him. But right now we're back with number 225, Brad Hagseth. And look at this, Sean Hamlin on the outside. Are they going to cross up? Ross, let's watch how they take this sandy back hill.
Look at two classy guys going at it here, and they've both taken different lines up this sandy hill. Wow, did you see Hagseth swap over to the one side of the track? Hamlin went from the left to the right side of the track and made the pass.
Well, Sean Hamlin, better known as the Bullet, very fast out there. Ross, that's an extremely rough part of the track.
It is it's the toughest and roughest part of this Raymond track here. Jerry Nelson has done an incredible job prepping this track. It's second to none on the circuit.
Hey Ross, how about this? Number 811, Ryan Mitchell. He's sandwiched between a pair of Prochnavys. That's Matthew out in front, 399. And bringing up the rear, number 27, that's Brandon on a Kawasaki.
The brothers have got Mitchell in the hot seat, there's no doubt about it. Here we got Tiger Lacy moving in on Mitchell next year.
Boy, Mitchell's got his hands full all over this track. Lacy's had some pretty good starts so far this season, but he seems to fade. We'll see how he handles this battle right here.
Mitchell's definitely in the hot seat here, and Lacy's got him on the inside, but Mitchell fights back on the inside also here in the next turn. And the off camber there, you see Lacy taking the high line, squaring and going up the inside here. Will he get him by the jump? Wow, what a battle going on there. No, Mitchell slams the door on Lacy.
Well, Lacy was pretty tight there, Ross. You see how their front tires, or the front tire of Lacy's bike knocked into Mitchell, so you got to be careful when you're going to take that same line.
That's right. When Mitchell's out front, he dictates the track. Lacy's got to be wise to Mitchell's moves there. Mitchell will be moving around on the track trying to block Lacy, and that's not something a guy does that when he's out front.
Ross, looks like Lacy has taken Mitchell on that right-hander coming into the big sand hill uphill. Unbelievable pass. We're back with number 225. That's Brad Hagseth. Oh, getting some heavy pressure from Lange. Lange on the inside going into that whoops, coming into the right-hander. Who's got it? It looks like, oh, Hagseth. Oh, he just about tumped it.
Incredible racing back there between Hagseth and Lange. They're battling hard right now. Lange looking for a way around Hagseth. You see the way he's squaring the corners and taking different lines, even if they are rougher. He's looking for a way around him here. Here he's coming up to the inside of him on this turn. Is he going to make this one stick?
Lacy dialing in Prochnavy. Oh, great line for Tiger Lacy coming into these jumps. Bring him into that tight right-hander. Lacy on the inside. Does he have him?
Lacy's going to make this one stick on the off-camera there. Do you see how he got on the inside of him and just drove Prochnavy down to the bottom there and made that pass stick?
Great line for Tiger Lacy. Back into that sand uphill whoop section. In the back, we've got Honda rider number 929, Sean Hamblin, really attacking that section. He's on his final approach. He's going to be taking the checker flag in this first 125 here from Lethbridge, Alberta, the Raymond Temple Hill track. Rounding the corner, and here he goes, Sean Hamblin for the Blackfoot Motorsport team, taking the checker flag.
Sean, that's 3 out of 5 moto wins for you in this Western swing in the 125. It's unbelievable how fast you are on that track, and you battled with Brad very nicely on those first few laps.
Yeah, you know, Brad set a really fast pace off those first couple laps, and I felt really good. I kind of took a little step back and let him kind of calm down a little bit. I had to pass a few guys. I didn't get the hole shot. That's the only one that I haven't hole shotted this year, so I kind of was a little bit disappointed about that. But Brad was riding great. You know, we had a good battle going up front for a little while, and felt great. I mean, I passed him going up the uphill, had a little bit more momentum. My FMF Blackfoot Honda was just pulling great.
Top 20 finishers, first 125 moto from Temple Hill.
You know, I'm happy with the way I rode, but you know, I can't get thirds. I want to win. You know, the series is coming to an end, and I need to get some wins, and hope I can go out in the next moto
to turn the corner and become an upper echelon rider.
I'd probably have to mellow it out a bit more, and maybe, you know, like focus on my training. Maybe get a trainer or something, and like focus on long lasting those motos, because I can do that too. But I just sometimes, you know, I get a good start and I'll tighten up at the start, and you know, but sometimes I don't. You know, it just depends on the day, I guess.
All right, Ross, here we go. Riders on the line. First 250 moto here from Temple Hill and Raymond. Hey, Ross, did you know that these riders are riding for a brand new Ford F-150 truck at the end of the year?
That's an incredible prize to win this championship series. Is awesome. Great donation by Ford.
5-second board is up. Paul Kingsley and the gate is down, Roscoe. Here they come. First 250 moto into that large sweeping right-hander.
Wow, are these 250s fast through this corner. Looks like Jason Zorn on that Suzuki Canada motorcycle taking the whole shot, but Lange snuck by him in turn 2.
How about that? We didn't see Thorny come around the corner there. He might have dumped his bike.
No, he definitely had the whole shot, but he might have had a problem coming into turn 2.
Ross, we've got a report from the pit.
We're here with Jason Chatwood, mechanic for Jason Thorne, Team CRS, Team Safety. Jason, what happened to your rider there? You got the whole shot, but something happened the first turn.
Yeah, I couldn't see. It looked like he had a great start. He had a bad gate peck, but he must have went down somewhere. I didn't see it.
Okay, thanks. Back to you guys.
Thanks very much, Dan. Great report.
Look here, we got Darcy Lange. Oh, big tank slapper. You see how when he flew over the top of that hill, he caught that bump on the way down and it threw his body up over the handlebars. He did a big swap. A lot of strength to pull out of that. Darcy Lange is a very strong rider to be able to pull out of that bad maneuver.
Okay, Ross, Darcy Lange out in front. I'm just going to ask this question right now. Where is Doug Dubach? He certainly isn't in the top 5 because I haven't seen him pass through here yet.
No, I think Doug, for the first time in the whole series, kind of got a mid-pack start, and he's not even in the top 3 right now, and that's not like Dubach.
Well, we'll keep our eyes peeled to see exactly where he is, but right now we got Lange, we've got Lacy. Who else is in the mix? How about that Justin Huska, followed by Hagsath? Great battling.
Incredible battling there. Can you believe the lead already that Lange has pulled on second place Lacy there? He must be 3-4 seconds ahead of him here on the second lap.
Well, both of those riders, Ross, have already rode a moto today, so surprisingly how much energy they have, how quick they are. Look at this Hagsath, great line coming down into that bottom bowl section there.
Hagsath definitely looking for a way around Huska there in that back section there. Hagsath is really charging hard.
He's got Huska dialed in. Here we go, we're back. There he is, there's Doug Dubach. It looks like he's right behind the number 2 bike of Doug DeHaan. Boy, there's a mess of riders in the mix there, Ross.
There sure is, and just ahead of DeHaan is Thomas here. You can just see him cresting the hill, moving in on Huska.
Here they go back into that downward section of that hill. That's a really tough part, Ross. You just talked about how rough it is.
It really does get rough here in this sand part of the Raymond here. This is a sand base here in this section of the track. You can see on this uphill how gnarly it gets. It's full of bomb holes. You see how the bikes are getting pitched around going up that hill.
There we go, number 118, Doug Dubach starting to make his move. I think he's got Huska and Lacy dialed in. Let's see how long it takes to pass him, Ross.
We're with Alan Dick, mechanic for Darcy Lange on the Richmond Motorsports Kawasaki. Al, your rider's got a great lead. Do you think he can hold it off?
I think so. We definitely concentrated on really pushing hard the first few laps because these guys ride in one class. They don't have to push as hard, so we really focused on that. It looks like it's working right now.
Great. See you at the finish line.
Yeah, thanks a lot.
Back to you guys.
Thanks a lot, Dan. Look at this, Ross. Dubach has Huska dialed in. He's got him on the inside.
Dubach does slip by Huska on the inside there. Now he's chasing after Lacy. Dubach is really cutting through the pack here.
Well, that's the sign of a veteran, sign of a champion, a guy that can get a real poor start, but then really battle his way through. We saw that from Morgan a lot last year, too, you know.
It comes from the guys that have a lot of experience. They know that they can't follow. They're not intimidated about the guy's jersey in front or who it is or what the jersey says on it. They just go for it, and they just keep maneuvering their way through the pack.
Ross, I can't believe how rough this track is getting. This is only the second moto of the day, and already those bomb holes in the back section are big enough that the guys are swapping out.
That's right. Jerry Nelson doesn't groom this track perfectly smooth before the race day starts, and that allows the track to get really rough, which really separates the good riders from the bad.
Well, that's one of the things that some riders like. They like a rough track. Here we've got Josh Woods coming down into the bowl. Looks like he's got Huska dialed in. Takes that inside line. Oh, great acceleration, great line, Josh Woods.
Woods loves rough tracks. He's a Michigan rider. They ride in a lot of sand and a lot of rough tracks there, and he excels at that. On a rougher track, a good rider can find more lines around the slower riders to get by them quicker. Makes for better racing.
Well, it looks like Justin Huska is up to his navel in bikes here. Look at this. He's got the HON on the back of him right now. Boy, I tell you what, Justin Huska, a great rider, is going to really have to work on his defense and his offense to succeed this year.
You can really see where the good riders can pass here in these rough sections of the track. DeHaan gets by Huska. Great pass.
Oh, Ross, you were dialing it in right there. That's exactly what it is. A different line for DeHaan, and he made short work of Huska on that uphill.
Well, when they've got a few different lines to choose and take from, they can manipulate their way past them, and a good rider will succeed on a rough track.
Well, Ross, DeHaan had Huska. Now he's coming up on Tiger Lacy. Let's see which line he takes on that off-camber. Lacy goes inside. Boy, look at the acceleration. Dougie DeHaan on the outside. Oh, great cornering. Excellent acceleration.
Incredible pass by DeHaan. He come down, squared on that inside, and went right on the high end of the off-camber and blew by Lacy.
Here we've got Mesley and Thomas. Oh, Mesley and Thomas. Oh, Lacy's on the outside with great acceleration by Mesley. Ross, you keep talking about lines. This is the name of the game on today's track.
Lacy's on the bubble here. Now we've got Mesley working on him, trying to pass him. Thomas just snuck by him. I don't know if Lacy's getting tired or maybe he's got a bike problem.
Ross, let's have a look at 3 important passes that have happened in that center part of the track.
Well, this is where the veterans excel here, is in the rough section of the track, and you're right, Mark, in the center here. Here you see DeHaan, you saw Woods earlier going by, and here you see Mesley making his pass, and they're all being made in the roughest section of the Raymond motorcycle track.
Well, it just goes to show you, Ross, how if you take a good line like that, a different line, you know, you can make a pass in a tough section there.
The tough, rough sections of this track separate the great riders from the good riders. Whoa, and there you see Hagseth, big tank slapper. And who goes by? Dubach on the outside.
Oh, the Doctor's a veteran. A great line for him on the outside. A really safe but fast line. He made short work of Hagseth. Now I think he might be looking for who else but Darcy Lange in the lead. Look out, Lange, because the Doctor is coming in.
The Doctor is definitely coming in. He's looking really strong, fluid. He's coming from a mid-pack start. He's made a short work of everybody else in the track, and he's going to make short work coming up soon, I'm sure.
Here we got a shot of Dubé. Looks like he's got, oh, Linus Lansky on the inside. Ross, what the heck happened to Dubé? It doesn't look like he's got his bike set up at all.
Slansky made a beautiful pass down the inside on him. And here we got Hagseth again, and Woods putting some pressure on Hagseth in that rough uphill section.
An outstanding ride for Josh Woods. It looks like, boy, I tell you what, in the mix is Hagseth all day long, but he's been getting passed on this track, Ross.
Hagseth has really got to have his concentration being broke here. Look at DeHaan sneaking by on the inside. He actually intimidated Hagseth, and Hagseth pulled his bike back from him. He has got to be really down right now.
Here we are, Ross. Look out, the Doctor's calling. He's got Lange dialed in. He's made up about 5 or 6 seconds. He's only a bike length away from him right now.
He sure has, and I just saw the 2-lap board come out, and he has narrowed down the Wonder Boy down to a mere 2 bike lengths here.
Unbelievable. Well, I tell you what, this is where Darcy Lange is going to have to really go down deep. The nerves have got to be, he knows that the Doctor's behind him.
He's been getting pit boards from Al Dick, his mechanic, all race long. He knows Dubach's there.
Okay, Lange coming into that right left-handed. Oh, big crossroads! Lange is down, he crossroaded, Dubach passes him.
Incredible. Did you see what happened to Lange? I'd like to go back and show you guys exactly what happened to Lange in that turn. As he's entering the corner here, he's probably wondering where Dubach's coming back, and he lets the front wheel jump over the rut. And of course, when you get cross-rutted like that, down you go immediately.
Oh, what a tough break for Darcy Lange, leading this whole race to go down with only a lap and a half left, Ross. Here we go. The Doctor's coming in on his final approach.
The Doctor here looking really strong, smooth, conservative. Another one in the bag for that Yamaha FedEx YZ426. The Doctor and Yamaha FedEx.
Taking the checkered flag in the first 250 moto of the day is Doug Dubach. Now that doesn't sound like much of a surprise, except for the fact that how you got there, Doug. Didn't get a great start, boy, but you battled back from, what is it, like 8th spot, and that battle with Darcy, unbelievable. You were very fast in that back straightaway too.
Yeah, you know, this YZ426 goes up that hill pretty good. It's quite a bit to hang on, but I think if you asked anybody, they'd say the same thing about their bike. And it was a great ride by Darcy. You know, by the time I got in second, he had a big lead. I wasn't sure what kind of, you know, time I had and how fit he would be, but, you know, he did just ride that 125, so my hat's off to him. He rode a great race. It's kind of, you know, sad for him to see him go down there, but I think we put on a pretty good race for that crowd.
Another win for Dubach. Let's see who finished where in that first 250 moto from Raymond, Alberta.
Now, Doug DeHaan has overcome quite a bit of adversity already this season. Doug, you DNF'd last week in Calgary in the first 250 moto. I don't think you got the start that you wanted today in that first 250, yet you battled back to 3rd place. I think that's a testament to your riding style and the commitment that you're showing this season.
Yeah, I think you just got to make the best of every moto, you know, whether you get a good start or not, and whether you have mechanical failure like I did last weekend. But, you know, you're down a few points, but, you know, take every moto as best you can.
What you do to sort of settle down and get into a race like that, to have some pretty solid finishes?
Well, I like to do lots of stretches, and it usually loosens me up. But I always ride my first 3 laps are really tight. I'm really nervous. Everyone's all bunched up. And then as the race gets spread out, I do really good usually.
All right, Temple Hill track, Raymond, Alberta, second 125 moto riders are on the line. Paul Kingsley flips that 30-second board to 5. Throttles are pinned and the gate is down. Here they go, Ross. Second 125 moto. Who's going to get the whole shot?
Man, this has got to be the most exciting first corner on the whole national series here. This is unbelievable.
Ross, Pacific Yamaha's Hagseth out in front. Looks like green. That's right, Richmond Motorsport Kawasaki's Darcy Lange in second.
An incredible start for Hagseth there on that Pacific Yamaha, and followed closely by that Richmond Motorsport Kawasaki Langes. They're in for a heck of a battle.
Well, Hagseth has been tough all series long, but this is the first time that we've seen him out in front, and who knows, this could be a tough battle.
Well, I know Hagseth was saying before that he wants a rough track. Well, he's got one now here. This is the second moto of the 125 class, the second and final moto of today, and Hagseth is not going to get a rougher track on that 125 than here today at Raymond.
Well, Ross, if we remember back to his post-race interview after that first 125, he was very upset with his performance, and he said that he needed to go out and win a race. He gets the whole shot. He's in good standing. Here we go. Look at this. Hamlin is starting to pick up the pace on Lange. He might have him in this back straight, Ross.
He's really putting the pressure on Hamlin there, coming from the pack here. He's moved himself into third, and he's on Lange's tail here. Although Hagseth, you know, like we were talking about earlier, how mad he was, he's got fire in his eyes. He's going to really boogie this moto.
Well, he looks like he's got about a 4-second lead on Lange, but Hamlin is just not giving up. He is right on Lange's tail.
Hamlin's really working hard on Lange here, trying to get by him here. He's going to try everything in the book to get by Lange.
Well, it doesn't look like that Darcy Lange is suffering any ill effects from that crash in the last 250. He's on the gas, and a great start for him.
No, that was a low-speed crash there. If anything, that just made young Lange a little bit madder for making such a, maybe we could call an amateur mistake there, or a rookie mistake would be better to call. Lange is not that kind of guy that with a lap left in that 250 moto would he let the doctor take such an easy win.
Look at that, Hamlin on the inside on Lange. Does he have him? Yes, he does. Oh, but Lange does not give up. He goes on the inside with some great acceleration down that back straightaway.
Did you see how when Hamlin got up beside Lange, Lange knew he couldn't turn, so he just backed off, let Hamlin scoot by, and then squared and went up the inside and tried to repass and did make the pass.
Oh, great lines all around the track, but look at that. Oh, Lange!
Oh, he went down there. Did you see Hamlin as he was passing the cartwheeling Lange? Lange actually hooked Hamlin's bar and it even pulled him farther back away from the bike. Lange, though, up and going again, only losing about 10 seconds on that, but that's a costly 10 seconds at the beginning of the race.
Oh, Ross, come on. Darcy Lange has been off his bike all day long. He is really riding the rails.
Wow, this is a tough track for him. He's riding 4 motos in one day. A lot of the guys he's battling with are only riding 2, so that makes a big difference. And this is his 3rd moto of the day. He's got to be feeling a little of the ill effects.
Well, he's made up a little bit of time, and here he is with his arch nemesis. That's number 20, Lance Rickard. Wow, really battling it tight. That's a great shot to see how close they get to the track.
Wow, Rickard's really riding hard here, looking really good at one of his home provincial tracks here. Lange is giving him fits, though. There you see Rickard look over to the one side, now to the other side. He's wondering too much about Lange here. He should be focusing straight ahead and not worrying about the guy who's beside him or trying to get around him. You just go slower when you start looking at that. And there you go, Lange snuck by him on the inside. You young riders, you can't be looking back. Forget about that. If the guy's going to get you, he's going to get you anyway. Look straight ahead and stay focused.
There you go with Tiger Lacy passing number 60. That's Joey Sutherland on the Yamaha. Oh boy, I tell you what, Ross, Lacy's been in the mix all weekend long. He's had some great motos, but he's had some places where he's fallen back. He said that he was coming up here for experience. I think that's exactly what he's getting.
That's right. I think Tiger's right now isn't quite in the shape that he should be. He gets great starts. He's got the speed to run up front, but he can't run with the big boys for these long motos.
Good point, Ross. Let's go trackside.
We were with Blair Morgan, wrenching with Sean Hamlin today for the Blackfoot Honda team. Blair, how have the conditions changed between motos here?
Track's way rougher, and I think a lot of these guys who are running 2 classes are getting tired, and it's super rough out there. Lappers are coming into play, and other than that, it looks like pretty good. Lots of moisture.
Great. Thanks for your time, Blair.
Thanks.
Back to you guys.
There you go, Ross. Current Canadian champion Blair Morgan out with a hand injury, helping out the Blackfoot team. Here's a great shot of number 632, Donald Upton on the 2-wheel Pro Action Kawasaki, still in the points race. All right, Ross, there you go. Last lap flag is up. Hagseth in his final approach.
Hagseth, 1 more lap to go in this second 125 moto here. Looking really strong, has a big lead over Hamlin, just has to use his head. Sean, on the other hand, he's just got to keep focused, stay in second, and just keep moving along and collect those valuable points.
Well, points is right, Ross. We still have one more round on this Western swing, but right now, number 225 Hagseth on the Pacific Yamaha in control and takes the checkered flag in the second 125 moto.
Well, time certainly tells the tale. After the first 125 moto, Brad Hagseth said, I have to win the next 125, and he did. He got the whole shot. An outstanding race, Brad. Tell us about it.
Well, I got the whole shot, and that's half the battle, that's for sure. I got out in the lead and just went at, as hard as I could for the first half of the race and pulled a pretty good lead and felt real comfortable. I didn't get tight. I just rode my own lines, and the only thing that made me nervous was the lappers at the end, but it all worked out, and I'm real happy.
Brad Hagseth with a great ride in that second 125. Here's your top 20 finishers.
As soon as Brad was out in front, you couldn't really do too much about it. He was too far gone to even try and catch him. So I started riding, smart, and last weekend I tried pushing it too hard first lap, and I fell, had to come from dead last. So tried kind of smoothing things out a little bit, and I rode good race.
I run a wide ratio of different setups. This track takes hard pack and sand, so I think my bike will work out pretty good.
All right, Ross, there you have it. This track, it's tough. It's got sand, it's got hard pack. Riders are on the line for the second 250 moto of the day. Paul Kingsley having a tough time with that wind in the 32nd board. Throttles are pinned. This is going to be an exciting moto. It's all coming down to this. And the gate is down, and here they go. Oh, great shot coming into that first right-hander, Ross.
An incredibly fast first right-hander. And who do we have out front? The doctor. Out front there on that big Yamaha YZ426 four-stroke. Taking over here. Wow, Woods is right in there also. Oh, and we got a couple riders down. Woods was included in that.
It looked like Mesley went down there, Ross. He took about 4 or 5 guys out of the mix. How about that? Is luck on Doug Dubach's side or what? He doesn't get involved in that at all, and he works himself into a 2 or 3 bike lead on Tiger Lacy.
And who's in second? You're right. Lacy's running on second there. Another great start for that young fella. He's getting his experience that he wanted.
Ross, it's amazing how you have to be really choosy when you're getting into the bunch like that, because if somebody goes down, you're in a heap of trouble.
Well, that's why there's a lot of luck involved in racing. You can be the fastest guy out there, but if you have a little bad luck, it can take you out of contention here. Wow, look here. We've got Lange sneaking by Lacy, and right on Lacy's rear fender is Dunn.
Well, Roscoe, if experience is what he wants, he's getting it, and he's getting a handful today here at Temple Hill. Unbelievable racing. Lange is pretty strong out there today. I'm very impressed with his overall style and his riding capabilities. Here we are back with Lacy again. Looks like he's got Marco Dubé on the mix here.
Yeah, Dubé snuck by him here in the back section here, and it displaced Lacy one more position here. Lacy's got to really be feeling the heat here.
Back with number 118, Dubach. Boy, I tell you what, Darcy Lange just picked up the pace, and he's closed the gap on Dubach.
He definitely has. He's closed up a little on the doctor. He probably wants a little revenge from that first moto mishap that when he handed over the win to the doctor.
No, Ross, Doug has said that Darcy Lange is very fast. He's seen a lot of riders in his career, and I think from what we've seen so far, when Lange starts to be able to hone that skill, that speed, he's really going to put it all together. What's this? We got Mesley with a problem trackside, Ross.
This is uncommon. Mesley is not supposed to pit during a race here. They're adjusting his clutch side there. It looks like the adjustment on the clutch lever there. They may have not had it right here. Mesley's off.
Well, how about that? A quick pit for Mesley. He's back in the race. Oh, we've got a report trackside.
We're with Andy White, mechanic for Marco Dubé on the CRS Team Suzuki Safety. Andy, your rider's having a great moto. He's in third. How did you make any changes to the bike for the second moto?
We did a lot of changes. We changed the suspension. We made it a little stiffer, rebound a little slower. We put another new clutch in, a little gearing change, tire pressure, and he got the jump on the gate this time, and now he's running with the pack where he belongs. When he gets a bad start, it's really hard to pass out there with the dust, and the track's pretty tight, but when he's out front, watch out, he's going to go.
Thanks for your time, Andy.
All right, thanks.
Ross, I am amazed at the relationship between a rider and a bike. You get a fast rider, you give him a bike that's not dialed in, he's not going to be able to attack a track and make any moves.
No, that's right. A rider at this caliber has definitely got to have a good working motorcycle. These guys they can take a stock bike out there and make it work really well. But even if the race bike has got some critical adjustment that needs to be done, they cannot ride to the potential.
Well, there you go, Ross. This is the first time, I think, this season that we've seen some extensive battling in the middle of the pack. These points are precious out there. All these riders need the position.
They sure do. Every point counts in a series, and this track is really separating the men from the boys here. This gnarly sand section here in the back, as we can see. Oh, we have a rider down. That yellow flag signifies a rider that's down.
Ross, that looked like Doug DeHaan. I'm not sure. We didn't see the number plate, but that would be disastrous for DeHaan if it was.
It was definitely a red Honda that went down. There's no doubt about that, but who it was, we don't know yet. We got Lacy, Upton, and Thomas battling hard here. These guys are going at it.
Look at that, Upton on the outside, but Lacy's not giving up the charge on the inside. Does he have him? It looks like, oh no, Upton with a great pass. Great acceleration coming out of that corner, Ross.
Wow, is this incredible? These guys have been going back and forth for about 4 laps now. Is that exciting or what?
We're back with our leader, number 118. That's Doug DeHaan on the FedEx Yamaha. It looks like Darcy Lange is starting to dial him in here, Ross.
Lange has moved in a little bit closer on Dubac. I don't know what Dubac's doing here. Lange, even a few laps before that. Oh, he was off the motorcycle, Mark. He is back on the track. Was that a set of acrobatics or what? Look here, he swaps. He's on one side of the bike right there. He jumps and runs, gets one foot on the peg and throws his other leg over just like a horse and back going. Incredible strength by Darcy Lange to get back on that motorcycle.
Wow, what an athlete. Unbelievable. I cannot believe that he didn't actually dump the bike. He's back on. He's back in the race. But that gave Dubac that little bit of cushion that he needed. Here we are with the number 23 bike of Josh Woods riding for the Two Wheel Pro Action team. He's got Lacy dialed in. Let's see what line he takes coming down into the bowl.
Woods is on the gas here. He's moved up from a mid-pack here. He's on Lacy right now. Oh, he's by him on the inside. A rougher line, but he snuck by him there. Lacy, he's definitely been in the hot seat this whole moto.
Well, there you go, Ross. Josh Woods currently in second place in the 250 Nationals as far as points goes. He's got to keep up the pace if he wants to even have a hope of catching Dubac.
That's right here. Woods navigating this gnarly uphill section. Look at Lacy just about trying to repass him on the outside. Here we've got Dubé and Thomas battling here now.
Ross, we're currently tracking Marco Dubé in second place. Thomas is putting some heavy pressure on him coming into that uphill sand bowl.
It'll be interesting to see here. We're getting late in the moto now. Thomas, Dubé battling hard here. That's a gnarly, rough uphill section, as I can say again, is one of the toughest sections on the track.
Ross, let's go trackside with Dan Gadenzi.
We're here with Mark Beezer, mechanic for Doug DeHaan, the Blackfoot Honda. Mark, your rider had a great start, but what happened?
I don't know. I just heard that he went down somewhere in the back section, and it took him a little while to get up and get recouped. So there's still about 18 minutes left, so let's hope we can pull something together with this.
Great. Thanks a lot. See you at the finish.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
There you go, Ross. That was number 2, Doug DeHaan. That was down in that back straightaway. Tough break for him.
Here we got DeHaan there just pulling up beside Lacy, so he's back up and running there in that last frame. Here we've got Lange and Woods going at it here.
So Darcy Lange with that bobble is still in the race, still in the hunt, but I'll tell you what, Josh Woods has picked up a lot of time and is really battling for points here.
Well, that last bobble that Lange had, oh, here we got Woods on the inside. I'll tell you, that last bobble that we saw with Lange would have robbed a lot of strength out of that young fella.
Well, you're right, Ross. This is his 4th moto of the day. I'm not sure how much gas is left in that tank. We'll have to see. Woods has pulled ahead of him right now, though.
Woods has made a brilliant move to get by him here. Darcy's got to be down a little bit on strength. It's his 4th moto of the day. The guys ahead of him have only been riding one class, which is 2 motos. So it's showing just a feat in itself for Lange to be up there and be battling with him. Here we got Dubé and Thomas here going at it.
Unbelievable battle. Looks like Thomas has the inside line on that rough part of the track. He's got Dubé, moves into second place. Great line for Jason Thomas.
Great move by Thomas there to sneak down on the inside and actually block past Dubé. He waited there as he went into the corner so Dubé couldn't turn until Thomas got the pivot happening here. Here we see on this long uphill, Dubé on the outside, Thomas right up the center here and to the left there. Looked real good.
Jason Thomas has been very fast so far this season. You know, Ross, you bring an American up to a climate like Canada, he's performing very well.
Well, he is from Florida, so he's used to this heat. certainly there's not as much humidity here in Alberta as there is in Florida, so it's to his advantage, and he's a tough sand rider, so this track is to his liking.
We're back with 211 Tiger Lacy on the Suzuki. Boy, he's got his hands full with Mesley now. Mesley takes him on the inside, but Tiger is not giving up. Let's see what happens coming into this corner. Let's go trackside for another report.
We're here with Jesse Wilson, mechanic for Chuck Mesley, number 9 on the Machine Racing Honda. Jesse, your rider got a horrible start, but he's worked up to the top 10 now. What do you contribute that charge to?
Well, I think Chuck's pumped right now. He had a really good last moto, and he's having a really good season so far. His Bondi engine motor is just awesome this year. You can see him right now. He's just walking by guys. He's just charging really hard. I'd leave it into his hands right now. He's doing great.
Thanks a lot, Jesse.
Thank you.
Back to you guys.
Mesley sure is charging hard. He just passed Stevenson on that back uphill section here. And let's go down to trackside to Dan.
We're here with Jason Thorne. Looks like something just happened. Jason, what happened out there?
I caught my rear brake on a stake, and it was locking up on me, and I kept stepping on it, so I couldn't keep up the pace. I was up in about 8th spot. And
tough break, Jason.
Yeah, it's my whole story for this year.
Back to you guys.
Well, how about that, Roscoe? There you go, Jason Thorne with another disappointing moto. Boy, that Suzuki team has got to be frustrated with his performance so far this season.
A bad break for Thorny there. He's had a real tough year, and his comments set it up. He's really been on the bad luck side of things here, and hopefully he'll be able to change that around when he gets back home down east.
Here we go. Looks like Josh Woods is reeling in on Brad Hagseth. Boy, I tell you what, Woodsy's been battling all day long out here. Great ride.
Is Woodsy on the gas or what? He is really, really strong in this moto. Here we got a great shot of the doctor here, finessing and caressing his way up that back uphill.
With a report, Ross, he is on his final approach. This is his last lap, coming in to take the checkered flag. What is this, another clean sweep, a moto win for Doug Dubach? How about that?
Another repeat win for that Yamaha FedEx 4-stroke YZ426 Yamaha.
Well, I'll tell you, I couldn't be happier. I had a great week last week. Had a little trouble in that first moto with a bad start. Got a little anxious on the gate, but was able to come through. Things went my way. And then, this Gowan Motorsports FedEx Yamaha pulled me to that start, second moto. I just buckled down. I knew those guys were going to be tough. And then I didn't even realize I had such a big lead because I just kept my head down. And then I looked up and my mechanic told me, and so I was able to relax a little towards the end.
Well, standing with us is team owner Dave Gallen. Now, Dave, when you put the team together, did you ever think that you were going to be this successful that early?
Not really. I mean, we just sort of threw this thing together, about 50 days ago, and my choice of going with Doug, we really didn't know what we were going to be up against when we got here, and I just can't say enough about Doug's superiority. He's been doing really well for us, and I think he's outstanding.
Well, there you have it. Doug Dubach out in front in the 250 class on the 426 Yamaha.
Hey, another moto win for Doug Dubach. Surprise, surprise. Let's take a look at our top 20 finishers from the Temple Hill track in Raymond, Alberta.
This track was brutal today, but my Honda was out there and just handled them beautifully. We made some changes after the first moto, and definitely paid off.
Marco's racing is really starting to gel this team together.
We have a lot of belief in Marco, and we're looking for Marco to bring the whole team together. Without his support, we wouldn't be where we're at here today, and our sponsors are coming along nicely as well, and it's starting to gel for us.
With 3 rounds under our belt, let's have a look at the total points in the 125 West and the 250 Pros.